Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to HCS Pro Talk, your weekly Halo esports podcast. This is episode 118 for the week of March 15th, 2020, because today is March 15th. It's Sunday. We're on time.
Yes.
We're here, and we're live over on twitch.tv/HCS Pro Talk as well. Welcome, everybody who's tuning into the live show. Happy to have you. My name is Josh, a.k.a. JK Fire. I was almost said your name. Wow, today's already off to a great start. I'm joined forever and always by the man in the Call of Duty launch weekend sweatshirt, Will, a.k.a. I am Mr. Mayhem. Will, how are you on this Sunday now afternoon?
Doing fine, man. How are you?
Tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously, I almost just said your name in place of mine. I'm fucking exhausted. But that's okay. It's all good. Today's going to be a great day. We're going to talk about some good stuff, but also some bad stuff on this show. So just to give everybody a heads up, this show's probably going to be a little bit shorter than normal because not a lot's been happening. But not in the sense that there's been a lot that's been happening, but not in a good sense, you know? So we're going to be talking about that very shortly. But without further ado, Will, do you want to know what's coming up on this episode?
Yes. What do we got?
So I already basically hinted at it, but we're going to talk about events that are being canceled and postponed due to the coronavirus, and then we're also going to talk about information on the next Halo MCC PC flight, because that information did come out. So we do have a little bit of sprinkling of some good Halo news to talk about later on in the show. But without further ado, let's start it off with COD, another Games Watch. Cha-cha. Chicka-chicka. So, first up, the Call of Duty League, among others, they're going online only. So this is a statement by the CDL, and then every other league had basically put out their own statement as well. But we're going to focus on CDLs right now, and then we'll talk about the other leagues briefly about postponing, canceling, so on and so forth. So the Call of Duty League, here's their statement. Quote, the health and safety of employees, fans, players, teams, and partners is paramount to Activision Blizzard Esports. We are continuing to closely monitor COVID-19, the coronavirus, city-level recommendations and mandates, and all other guidelines set forth by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. After careful review and working in close collaboration with our teams, we are shifting all currently scheduled 2020 Call of Duty League live events to online-only competition, effective immediately. For details on previously ticketed events, please visit host team websites and follow their social channels. The new online-only matches will be broadcast live to fans. Dates will be announced shortly, along with tune-in details. Call of Duty League have seen firsthand the power of our live events in our inaugural season and will return to city-based competition in front of live audiences as soon as it's safe and logistically possible. In the interim, Call of Duty League is confident it will continue to deliver fans what they want, which is amazing competition between the best players competing at the highest level for the right to be considered the greatest team on Earth. End quote. So, I'll give people a heads up. At least this is for the Minnesota Rocker. I imagine it's going to be for the other ones as well. But if you've purchased tickets, you're going to get a refund. It's as simple as that. If you purchase season tickets, on the other hand, you will get a refund for the event that has not taken place if an event hasn't taken place yet for your location. So, just keep that in mind. Get in touch with people. So on and so forth. Also, Silas and Shane, what's up? Welcome, guys. Thanks for tuning in. So there you go. Call of Duty League, moving to fully online. From that statement, it sounds like the rest of the season. So, big announcement. That's huge. But it didn't stop there because other leagues made the same announcements, basically. These include, but are not limited to, because I imagine more announcements will be made, and I imagine I missed some. So, the LCS, which is League of Legends. We have the LEC, which is European League of Legends. EA, which includes Apex Legends, Madden, and FIFA. Blizzard for the Overwatch League. And ESL for Dota 2 and CSGO. and Magic the Gathering live events. All of those have either been postponed, canceled, or moving to an online format. So this shit's no joke, basically. But it also didn't stop there. So we are an esports podcast. We talk about esports, right? That's typical. We mainly talk about Halo. That's the basis of the show. But it didn't stop there. So Will, I'm guaranteed you're fully aware of we consider esports a sport, but like the traditional sports that we know of, right? You've heard about all these postponings and cancelings, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So for those at home who do not know, currently, again, this is not limited to, but from what I'm aware of, we have the NBA season got postponed. March Madness got canceled for the NCAA. The MLB home opener got pushed 2 weeks at this point in time because that season technically starts a little bit later. The MLS, which is the United States Soccer League, they've postponed everything indefinitely. NHL have postponed their stuff indefinitely, right? And then I think there's another one I'm missing in there. Oh, NASCAR, they stated that they are going to do their next 2 races, but fans are not allowed. So there's no live spectators, only the racers. And yeah, this is, yeah.
I mean, yeah, a lot of the sports, the live events, they're all being canceled because the COVID-19 is easily transmitted through large groups.
Yep.
So they're trying to avoid any sort of gathering of a large amount of people together. Just avoid it in whole, I guess.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Also, what's up, Justin and Scud? Welcome, guys, as well. Hope you all are having a great time. I see a little conversation happening with Halo CE on PC. And then Justin states, NHL got canceled, and then 2 days later, Canada's close to a vaccine. Coincidence? I think not. I did see that trending on Twitter. I thought that was pretty funny as well. But yeah, so we talked about this last week. I'm just gonna say this one more time. We are not health professionals. We do understand the severity of this virus that is going out. So stay safe. Don't fucking go out and buy a shit ton of toilet paper if you don't need it. Don't be that person. And don't do the same thing for hand sanitizer or anything in general. Just buy what you need. Sure, have a little bit of something that can be held for like a month or so. You never know what could happen. It could get worse. It could get better. But allow other people to get the necessities that they need as well. And then wash your hands. It's as simple as that. Hot soapy water. 20 seconds. Good to go.
It's like they've been telling us to do that for a while, though.
It's like they've been telling us to do that our whole lives.
Yeah.
You know? But it's like, now it's important. Now we should be doing it for sure. Just kidding. Absolutely be washing your hands. Do all that stuff. We're going to talk more about the coronavirus and event cancellations later on within the show, because in the Reflection Corner, we have it arguably the biggest one for our space to talk about still. And then the other thing I'm going to say is, so I said there would be a topic this week. I never posted a topic basically because all these things have been happening with the coronavirus and all the event cancellations. I couldn't really think of something to talk about that was strictly Halo related. So I kind of wanted to put an emphasis on this because it is a global pandemic at this point in time, and it's a big topic to talk about. All right, and then the last piece, we're gonna switch to something a little bit positive here. The last piece of COD Games Watch, Counter-Strike continues to break personal records. This is by Slasher over on Twitter. He states, Counter-Strike just hit 1 million concurrent players for the first time in the history of the game, spanning over 20 years. CS is more popular than it's ever been. CS will never die. So that's insane. Like, and they already just came out and said that their ESL's major in LA got canceled straight up. And this game is still just doing gangbusters online. It's insane.
I'm curious at what the ratio of people who are playing CS right now in preparation for Valorant. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
like
that's a good point.
People getting back on to warm up their shots, get that kind of movement and that that crosshair placement back on point before the new game releases.
It's a good idea. I like that. That's actually great. That's a great point. And then also, so Justin states, I'm grabbing 1 extra bag of dog food today, but that's just because I have 2 dogs and they eat so much so fast. Understandable. All right. That's it for COD and Other Games Watch. It's time for some competitive news. So first and foremost, speaking about cancellations, GT Halo announces event cancellations. This is by GT Halo. They state, sadly, due to ongoing concerns as well as Microsoft stores shutting down events for the time being, we will have to cancel tomorrow's Schoolyard Halo. I know you were all looking forward to it, so we're looking into alternative options to host a Schoolyard-style event online. Fantastic. I hope that comes to fruition. Then, Halo Gamepedia Wiki adds a new mod. This is by Moses on Twitter, and I quote, I'm happy to announce that the fine folks at Halo Gamepedia have entrusted me with mod status, and I will be spearheading the wiki's efforts going into Halo Infinite. As always, feel free to reach out if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Smiling face with a halo. The emoji. You know?
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then finally, Puckett is looking for gigs. This is by Puckett, of course, on Twitter. And he states, I just became a lot less busy in March and April. I wonder why. Who wants to make content? Halo, are you ready to run MCC tournaments yet? I can easily put together a broadcast team.
There you go.
Yes, please. Yes, please, Will. I want that.
I know you want Puckett back.
Oh, I want him back so bad. I really do.
Yeah, the unfortunate side of all these event cancellations, while health is the most important, you see a lot of these broadcasting talents, a lot of these production teams are out of work, and it's gonna affect them greatly. Hopefully, we can get through this quick.
Yes.
And we are up and running in no time.
Yes. And believe it or not, Will, that's it for the competitive news. Because of all these cancellations and whatnot, and like this global pandemic we've just been talking about, there's not a whole lot to talk about in the competitive Halo space. And there's another big event that was going to be coming up where we would have more to talk about, but things are going to be shifting a little bit. But that's besides the point. It's time for our upcoming tournaments of the week presented by NoobCombo.com. Check out NoobCombo.com for all your Halo esports needs. He has stuff on there. It's a great website. Love it. Also love I never said this. I like the animations that he has. Like when you navigate to different parts of the page and for the tournaments and whatnot. It looks great. Check out the website. Seriously, it's fantastic. On Saturday, March 21st, we have Big O Boss Halo 2 Classic MCC 2v2. You can check out the tweet that's included in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show for more information on that. And then on Sunday, March 22nd, we have the SWAT Nation Birthday SWAT-a-thon Halo 5 4v4.
Did you find your partner yet?
So, it's funny you asked that because both Justin and Scud are in chat right now. And Justin said that he would, and then Scud said if Justin wasn't able to, that he would. So, I have a teammate regardless. We are signing up. You best believe that. And we're going to lose right away. So, get excited.
Hey, you could get paired with some SWAT gods.
We could. Hopefully Falcon and Bound are in there.
That would be amazing.
We get paired up with them and we just steamroll through. Choo choo!
Oh, it was toot toot.
I know.
Go the elephant.
I
get what you're doing. I get what you're doing.
Toot toot!
All right.
There it is.
There it is.
Was that worthwhile?
Yes.
Did you like that?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's what I needed on my Sunday.
Perfect. It was just for you. Also, you know what? I'm just going to say this because I get it because of safety. I completely get it for health and safety. The one thing I'm going to say is motherfucking Fast 9 got delayed.
Yeah.
A year.
Yeah.
And the new James Bond movie got delayed too.
With Fast 9, I'm sure they're filming
around the world. Yeah. Oh, so, absolutely. I completely get it. It's just like, man, that sucks.
Yeah. I guess James Bond would probably be, depending on what landscape they're going with this time, probably filmed in a European country.
Sure.
So, yeah, makes sense.
To say both franchises have exotic locales that they film in. So, yes. And then Justin states, Josh, your toot toot just scared my dogs and made them bark. You're welcome. Anything I can do. That's it for your upcoming tournaments of the week. Will, what do we typically have next?
Roster Mania!
But yeah, there's no roster mania because nothing's going on. No big team announcements. Nothing changing in the landscape of Halo. So sorry. No roster mania this week.
So sorry. But that doesn't mean we don't have tournaments to recap. Will, what do we got there?
Yes. So we have the Pen Halo, Halo 2, 2v2 benefit. And let's run through the placings. In 7th and 8th, we had NG Savages, which was Combonified and Nautep. And then We Like Fish Sticks, which was Morning Wood and Eprivum. I don't know.
I don't know either. Thought I'd
Your
let you
guess
take
is
it.
as good as mine. 5th through 6th, we had Hero Doodle, which was Hero is Famous and the Doodle Pop. And then Team Monarch, which was just the OG, and I'm going to go with Junior Drizzle.
I can accept that. I'll accept that.
In 4th, we had Team Antimatter GG, which was Karma and Jovian. And then 3rd, we had Corona and Lime, which was Crimson Amarant and Coco Matias. In 2nd place, we had Footshot, which was Smurf 1 and Smurf 2. And in 1st place, we had Top Guns, which was Mines and H2 Ego Killer.
Did you notice with Corona and Lyme,
No.
coronavirus and Lyme's disease?
Oh.
Because they spelt Lyme that way?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
I was just rolling with it.
Way to be topical. Fuckers.
Next up, we have the Blue Team Tournament Halo Reach 2v2 Snipers Edition. 3rd place went to Needs and Shame. They took home $70. 2nd place went to Mista and Destiny. They took home $130. And we just spoke about the 1st place went to Falcated and Bound. They're destroying everything in
They are.
the Halo realm right now for online tournaments. They took home $300. So congrats to them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was looking for a full bracket for that Blue Team tournament. I couldn't find it.
Okay.
And then I also reached out to them on Twitter because their Discord link in their Twitter bio doesn't work anymore. So I bet it's the same shit that happens when ours breaks, where you say it has an expiration date of never,
And then it just
but it just does.
Yep.
And it's like, what the fuck? It's completely ruins it. Whatever. But yeah.
I wonder if it has something to do when Discord has to like reset their servers or refresh, or there's an update
It could.
that could break the link.
It could. It very well could.
Anyway, that's it for the tournament recap for the week.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Will.
And then that brings us to
The Reflection Corner.
yes, we're there already.
We still didn't do wind chimes. Sorry, Dust.
See, I have 8 buttons. They're all being used currently. I'd have to remove.
You have that.
Oh yeah, the Stream Deck. That's
Yeah.
right. We could get in there. I forgot about that.
You know what, Will?
I need you to get us some wind chimes.
Will, do you want to do something totally outlandish that we've never done on the show before?
What?
Can you stall for
No.
less than a minute?
You want me to stall?
I want you to stall for less than a minute while I try to find something.
I'm not good at stalling, Josh.
Well, never mind. You don't have to stall anymore because I found it.
See, look at that.
All right. So what I'm going to do. Oh, man, I really hope that this is correct. Yeah, it is because it's a 2v2. We got this shit. All right. Shane, you asked for this. Okay?
Oh, you're going through the rosters?
Do you want me to, or do you want me to post it and you two?
No, you do it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Can I get the soundbite again, Will?
for Roster Mania?
We're going back in time, baby! Roster Mania! An unprecedented first time on HCS Pro Talk history here. We are going to go through the live wind chime. No, not live wind chime. Yo, what's up, Lord Relay? Welcome to the stream as well. So, we have the Europa Halo 2v2 rosters that we're going to go through right now. The tournament will be taking place today. We won't have the results for you because we're recording the show right now, but we'll have the results next week, along with the Tourney Times tournament that's going to be happening today as well. So we'll have results for that next week as well. But here are the rosters. Group 1. There are a lot of rosters, Will. Are you ready for this shit?
Yeah.
In Group 1, Team 1, Zerthos and Penguin Corps. Team 2 is Icon and Elite Vortex. Team 3 is Zuh and Spenny. Team 4 is XXL and Lindez. Team 5 is Dex and Sezst. And then Team 6 is Joska and Kane Highwind 99.
Is this the type of enjoyment you get while I read
every
week? This is great.
Oh, trust me. We have 6 more groups to go through.
This is great. Okay, keep
All
going,
right.
keep
So
going.
Group 2, Team 1 is Haulers and Flames. Team 2 is Shabby Dagger and Lunny. Team 3 is Legend and Plumbus. Team 4 is Sinistrale and Novelcapote. Team 5 is Age's Pepper. And then Spirit of Killer. And then Team 6 is Betrayski and Insetic. Okay. Group 3, Team 1, Batchford and Sika. Team 2 is Snipola and Phasical. Team 3 is Kinizuka and EU Assault. Team 4 is M2 Squared and Broken Prom. Team 5 is Illuminate and Lycaner. And Team 6 is Joyous and Ditmas.
Ditmas?
Yeah.
All right.
Ditmas. Group 4, Team 1, Cristola and Shurzy 2. Team 2 is Outcast and Deadeye. Team 3, Savior and Telenapa. Yeah. Team 4 is Ferox and Alien. Team 5 is Casso and Ricky. And Team 6 is fuck if I know because they have a bye. It says bye in all capital letters and then nobody's in the second spot. So I don't think that team exists. Yeah, I don't know. Group 5, Team 1, Shady and Legends. Team 2 is Fabe Speed and Kimbo. Team 3 is Sparky and Monstari. Team 4 is Les and Linden. Team 5, Quick Bite and Mr. Messiah. Team 6 is Shifty and Swiss Roll. Yeah, like them Hostess Swiss rolls.
Swiss cake rolls?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good.
Those are good. Yeah, got the cream filling in the middle.
I like those.
Yeah, those are. Group 6, Team 1, AG Spa and Thorough. Then we have Team 2 is Squashy and Looney. Team 3 is Manatee and Jesus. Team 4 is Harshly and Hazy. Team 5 is Ducky and Cerberus. And Team 6 is Nick Meister. And it's Boca. And then finally in Group 7, Team 1, Precisionite and Mista. Team 2 is Tommy the Krogan and Warlord. Team 3 is Mr. T and Cruppence and Strongtrocity. Team 4 is Desire and Turk. Team 5 is Barack and Arapaz. And Team 6 is Gunhawk and Russia.
Okay.
So those are your Europa Halo 2v2 teams.
You know, there wasn't any crazy names in there.
There weren't.
Nothing outlandish.
That's what happens when I get the luxury of reading through Rostermania.
Lucky you.
Lucky me indeed. All right, let's go through chat for a hot second here. So Justin said, small dumb thing, but I really appreciate that you guys actually use your coasters. I've had coasters for years that nobody ever uses. I mean, yeah. Well, yeah. You're welcome. Of course we'd use our coasters. Otherwise, why the fuck would I buy them? I mean, obviously, these are like, oh my God, look at the big coasters. Yeah. And that's that. But no, of course we're going to use our own coasters. Absolutely. And then he also states, and bring a damn wind chime in the studio. That's why Scud said live wind chime. Okay, I understand now. Shane, you did not break the show. That was just fun. I don't think we've ever done that before. No. We went back to do a segment. What's up, Dust? Welcome as well. Lord Relay, thank you for the host as well. And then that we caught up. We're good. That's it for Rostermania this week.
All right. So we're on to the reflection corner.
The reflection corner with lack of wind chimes.
Yes.
Sorry. Do you want me to look up a wind chime sound right now?
No.
Well, it's like we're going off the rails too much.
Keep this moving.
Reel it back in. All right. We'll reel it back in. The reflection corner. So E3 has been officially canceled. This is the big one, right? This is the one that affects, like, us, like the gaming sphere the most, kinda, right? It's like my goddamn Christmas. Are you looking at the tweet right now?
No. So I'm going back and looking at wind chime sounds. There's a 9-hour loop on YouTube for wind chimes.
You got it?
Just I can try.
Play through the microphone.
Oh gosh.
Just play through the microphone.
I don't know what's going to be on this YouTube video. There might be an ad.
Do you want me to play it? I have YouTube Premium. I don't have ads.
Oh, yeah, see, I got a freaking ad.
Okay, are you able to just go through the ad real quick? Like, can you skip it? There's the option to skip.
We are so off the rails right now.
You know what? Justin said he wants the live wind chimes. He'll accept nothing less. We got to make it happen for the folks at home, Will. We got to make this segment a real segment. We have live wind chimes incoming. Stay tuned.
Maybe.
Oh, shit. The Reflection Corner.
There you go. There you go.
Scud says I'm on Will's side now. Well, that's fine because we're back to the regularly scheduled program of the show.
Yep. Keep going.
What am
my phone away?
Okay.
My notes.
So, E3's officially been canceled. This is a statement from the ESA, or like the E3 staff as well. Quote, after careful consultation with our member companies regarding the health and safety of everyone in our industry, our fans, our employees, our exhibitors, and our longtime E3 partners, we have made the difficult decision to cancel E3 2020, scheduled for June 9th through the 11th in Los Angeles. Following increased and overwhelming concerns about the COVID-19 virus, we felt this was the best way to proceed during such an unprecedented global situation. We are very disappointed that we are unable to hold this event for our fans and supporters, but we know it's the right decision based on the information we have today. Our team will be reaching out directly to exhibitors and attendees with information about providing full refunds. We are also exploring options with our members to coordinate an online experience to showcase industry announcements and news in June 2020. Updates will be shared on e3expo.com. We thank everyone who shared their views on reimagining E3 this year. We look forward to bringing you E3 2021 as a reimagined event that brings fans, media, and the industry together in a showcase that celebrates the global video game industry. So Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, came out with a statement. He said, E3 has always been an important moment for Team Xbox. Given this decision, this year we'll celebrate the next generation of gaming with the Xbox community and all who love to play via an Xbox digital event. Details on timing and more in the coming weeks. Ubisoft also came out and stated, the health and well-being of teams, players, and partners is our top priority. So while we're disappointed, we fully support the ESA's decision to cancel E3 2020. E3 is and will continue to be a moment where we come together as a community and share our love of games. We're exploring other options for a digital experience that will allow us to share all the exciting news we have planned. Stay tuned for more. And then Jason Schreier of Kotaku stated, most people only think of E3 as press conferences, but those will be easily replicated. The repercussions will come from the deals that don't happen, the indie pitches and biz lunches and chance meetings that can save companies. E3's cancellation could really hurt some people. So that's everything there. So I'm going to say this before we talk about the overall grand scheme of it being canceled. For those, we've talked about it before. E3 is a trade show. It is not for the typical game consumer at home. That's not what E3 is meant for. What Jason Schreier talks about, that is what E3 is about. E3 is about it's for the retailers, it's for those business meetings, it's for those decisions to be made behind closed doors. The ones that we don't see, the ones that we don't talk about. The things that we see at home are those press conferences, right? Are those new game trailers. It's like, oh my God, this is amazing. But E3 is not specifically tailored and made, for the normal consumer of video games. It's just not. That's not what it was meant for. Is it something that it could lean towards later? Sure. But it's just a small facet of what we see. Okay? So E3 to me is like my Christmas of the year. Like I love Christmas. Christmas is my favorite holiday. But E3 to me is like that. You're continually opening up presents over that entire week, basically. And it really, really sucks that So I'll just say this. There's a sports show that I watch / listen to. It's in, Will, you know the name of it as well. It's Skip and Shannon Undisputed.
Yes.
Okay. So they are on Fox Sports Network. They're on FS1 specifically, and it's a debate show. Skip Bayless, one of the hosts, whether you like him or not like him, the thing that he said during one of the, just a heads up as well, all of Fox Sports 1 original programming is now postponed as well. So like Skip and Shannon Undisputed, Colin Cowherd's The Herd, these live shows are all postponed. They're not doing it right now because of COVID-19. So the thing I want to say is that Skip Bayless, during one of the recent episodes, this is on, I believe, Thursday or Friday last week, when the NBA postponed their season, when that kind of shocked the world, like, oh my God, this is going to affect traditional sports as we know it, right? Mm-hmm. He came out on his show and he said that it wasn't until that happened that he realized how big of a significance this is. I think that E3 being canceled is going to be that to other people as well. Because if traditional sports get canceled or postponed, there are a lot of people in the world who don't care about traditional sports, right? So they might look at it as, oh, that's really weird. Okay. But as soon as it affects something that is close to them, then it drives the point home that this is actually a really serious matter. Obviously, we've known that this is a really serious matter for a long time, but E3 getting canceled, now that it's really hit the video game scene, the developers, the publishers, the marketing groups, everybody, the retailers, everybody. So like, this is a big fucking deal. So this is why I want to take the reflection corner to talk about E3 getting canceled, the bigger grand scheme of it all. And it sounds like we're going to get a lot of Nintendo Direct style press conferences.
Yeah. A lot of pre-filmed stuff that's out there. Maybe we won't get as cringy of jokes and statements this year.
Oh, I hope not.
But yeah, this could be, to turn this into a positive light, this could be the thing that drives these companies to separate their press conferences from the E3 event and really have something for the consumers and something else. I'd be perfectly fine if E3 went back to not being streamed and it was just the trade show that it used to be. And these companies came out with their own events, around the same time, right?
Sure.
Like this, do a direct thing, because I get it. They want to show off what the new stuff they have. It's for the investors. They want people investing in the company.
Yep.
But we as consumers have turned those video shows into, oh, why is this not as fun as it could be?
Right.
Because we think it's for us, but I think that's one of the issues is it's not directly stated like it's for the investors. We know it is, but
right.
They should almost have, they could still have their investor press conferences there and have a separate thing for the viewers at home that say, hey, this is what we're bringing this year.
Right.
It could be more entertaining.
I would be perfectly fine. So taking your statement as well. So realistically speaking, those E3 press conferences, while for investors mainly, they are separate from E3 standard. They take place a day and or two before
yes.
the actual trade show opens.
Yes.
But I get what you're saying, because why not have, instead of those press conferences be streamed, have that behind closed doors in your theater or whatever you want to do, and then have a direct style where, hey, announcement after announcement after announcement, no really talking in between, just get on with it.
Yeah.
Right? I'd be fine with that if they wanted to do something like that. Like it seems like we're going to get this year. Yeah, according to what's been happening. So let's jump on chat here, because obviously people have been talking about some items. So Lord Relay states, hopefully this means Xbox Series X and Halo Infinite news sooner, but they can't announce anything while this hysteria is ongoing. So here's the thing for me. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. And I also don't want to get political on this show because I'm a moron. Okay. I'm not going to point views. I'm not going to do anything like that. I'm going to say this. We said it before. I'm not an expert on any of this. I've never said I was. I just want to hit that point home that I'm not an expert. What I'm going to say is, part of me thinks that we're not through the thick of it yet. Like, to me, it sounds like it's going to get worse before it gets better. And I don't mean that to scare anybody. I just think like there's going to be more and more cases coming out. I don't think we've hit the peak yet. I just don't. And the other thing is that I don't think anything would be announced sooner than when it was initially scheduled to be announced. Part of me thinks that they're going to keep, based off of E3's statement, where they said, hey, we're trying to make something that will be a digital experience in June. So they want to keep around that same E3 schedule that has always existed, but now just make it digital instead, which makes me wonder, is E3 or the ESA, are they working with these other publishers? Are they working with Microsoft, Ubisoft, EA, stuff like that? Because EA always did their EA Play event always before, like the weekend before E3 proper was going to kick off too.
Yep.
So I wonder if they're working with them to be like, hey, you guys create your direct style presentations, and then we have them during E3 proper. Like, we just have them all scheduled like you would normally have your press conferences scheduled. They don't overlap one another like they normally wouldn't overlap one another. And it's like, it's to, I'm not necessarily business as usual, but to cause a less amount of stagnation, I guess you could say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So instead of having E3 proper, instead of having the trade show floor and all that, during those 3 days, you have your press conferences as a digital direct style format. So I don't know. That's what I'd like, because these major companies could take this chance to, well, now that we don't have to have it here, we could take that time, reassess the situation. Do we want to have it now? Or do we want to maybe do it a month after? Do we want to maybe do it in August? So on and so forth, you know?
It all depends on what's going to generate the most kind of buzz around their games. When these games are coming out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You could look at it as maybe they decide to go jab for jab and everyone releases around the same time because the companies want to see where their games are landing.
Right.
Right? You know, is Halo Infinite going to be as popular as they want it to be? Is it going to draw in more crowd than the whatever Sony's putting out?
Right.
We'll see.
So they also came out, there was an analyst that came out from Forbes. I don't have the article in front of me, so I apologize, but I'll try to find it and put it in the show notes. There was an analyst at Forbes that was talking about how he or she believes that because of the coronavirus, that the Xbox Series X and the PS5 could be delayed as well. Now, obviously, with this global pandemic that is happening, these consoles are produced in manufacturing plants. People work in those manufacturing plants. Probably a lot of people work in those manufacturing plants. What if they have to shut things down? What if they have to slow things down? It could potentially lead to something like that. I'm not saying the person's spitting facts or anything like that. It's just something that could happen. That's what the opinion piece is about. And then Vobble Wobble states, may not be able to get games out on schedule depending on my work from home policies and abilities. Again, absolutely. That ties into that can also tie into the consoles not releasing on time either, so on and so forth. Remember when I went on a tangent and I said the person saying that Halo Infinite's going to get delayed is a moron? Well, I stand by what I said because this wasn't a thing at that time. With this being a thing, and like I said, I truly believe that we haven't hit the peak of what this thing is capable of yet. Like the amount of cases that are going to come out, the potential amount of deaths, so on and so forth. And again, this isn't meant to instill fear. This is just my thought on it. And I also don't think we've heard everything about it yet either. I have a feeling in the back of my mind that's like information's being withheld. That's what I think. Again, I'm not going to get political on the show. And at this point in time, it could be delayed. at this point in time, since all these traditional sports have been postponed or events have been canceled, all that, I am now firmly in the mindset that anything can happen. I truly believe that anything can happen now. It's weird. It's weird. What do you think, Will?
I mean, yes, if there are work from home mandates, they don't want large groups together.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you're separated far enough in an office, you're keeping your space clean, I don't see why people couldn't continue to work.
Sure.
I get it's a safety thing where, like, I get like large conferences are being canceled because you're in close proximity with a lot of other people. But
yeah, NBA gets postponed because everyone's touching each other.
Yep.
Yeah.
The fans are crowded in.
Absolutely.
Same thing. Arenas. They want to avoid that crowdedness.
Yes.
But I don't know. It can affect anyone anywhere really at this point. So we'll see what happens.
We will have to wait and see. I am hopeful though. But you know what? You're right. Turning this into kind of a positive here as much as it can be. I really do hope we don't get any of the fluff in these shows that are going to come out. I hope it's just announcement after announcement. We don't have to deal with any of the bullshit in between.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say. I'm really hopeful. Justin states, I'd love a 2 times a year announcements from each console. That'd be cool. Kind of like a mid-year announcement. Like, hey, here's what we've been up to.
They could do their E3 announcement and then another one in the winter season.
Right. I mean, we have Nintendo will hold miscellaneous directs throughout the year, not necessarily tied to multiple things, but like they'll have a Pokemon direct, they had an Animal Crossing direct, they'll have a Smash direct, and then they'll have a direct that encompasses everything that they've been working on for like the future, right? And that's usually during the E3 time. And then PlayStation has their State of Play, where they recently started doing that last year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And yeah, so it's literally a direct style format for PlayStation where they'll do their small announcements, and they may have a couple of those or 2 or 3 of those throughout the year. I don't see why other companies couldn't do the same thing. Ubisoft maybe not, because they're one company they are working on a good amount of games, don't get me wrong, but Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, the 3 majors, yeah, I think they could definitely do something throughout, like multiple ones throughout the year. I don't see why not. All right. Anything else you want to say about the E3 shenanigans before we move on?
No, I'm good.
All right.
I'm good.
And that's it for the Reflection Corner. No need for wind chimes again, Will. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's okay. I won't make you go through that again. It's time for some regular news. So we have one singular news story here, but it's actually a pretty big one. We have the MCC development and flighting update. This is by Postums. So the Halo Combat Evolved PC release and Xbox update. Last week, Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary joined the ranks on PC for both Steam and the Microsoft Store. In case you missed it, there's an entire blog relating to Halo CEA's launch that can be found at the link they provide in the Google Doc, the show notes of the show. We have watched, read, and witnessed many people's excitement to get in on the action for the first time or relive memories of the past. Whichever camp you are from, it's something I'm happy to be a part of. Right now, the team is hard at work reviewing feedback and poring over the support tickets that players have filed from both flighting and its retail release. The team is currently working on an update for Halo CEA and Halo Reach for previously discussed known issues. Though we don't have a date for that update just quite yet to share, it is in the works. For those that are unsure about where to go to find our patch notes, known issues, and relevant technical documentation for players, I have the place for you. By navigating to the Halo support website, which again is linked in there, you can find these knowledge-based articles, commonly referenced to as KBAs, by using keywords in the center of the page's search bar. Some articles, which we believe will help you the most, will be even pinned near the bottom of the page. This is the place where we go to learn about what's in the world of updates, known issues, and everything support-related. Last week wasn't only just a PC release. Xbox players also received an update to Halo the Master Chief Collection. Since its update, we have heard a lot of positives relating to quality of life improvements and seen reports that some areas have regressed. We have heard feedback relating to performance issues across several games within MCC and are actively investigating the matter. If you are experiencing any performance issues on Xbox, please make sure to head over to the Halo support site and submit a ticket to help us narrow down the root cause. The more information we have, the better we can understand the problem. Do you want me just to give you the root cause of the issue right now? And if you can't figure this out, I can't fucking believe you. Old hardware. Will, we're going to talk about it in Will's Adventures. Don't worry about that.
There.
Yeah, but if you want the root cause of performance issues on the Xbox version of MCC, it's old hardware. There's your answer. As many have come to learn over the past several years with MCC, we are eager to continue working with the community and identifying ways we can improve our process. The entire studio is dedicated to having a player-first mentality. We have a dedicated team that reviews them and shares issues directly with our developers. Part of this from our side involves regular updates to our KBAs on the Halo Sports site. But we can't do our best work if you don't help stay informed. So, in order to make sure the team can focus on identifying new reports, please make sure to find out if an issue is on the known issues list prior to submitting a ticket. We will continue to listen and make our best efforts to react to hot topics within the community. If you are reviewing the Halo support site because you are experiencing a technical issue but can't find information, don't hesitate to submit a ticket. We appreciate your time, and in doing so, it helps to inform us of any problems you are encountering that we may not be aware of. Though we may not act on each individual issue, we will prioritize them and work to account for many in future updates and releases. Speaking of future updates and releases, let's take a look at our next set of flights for MCC. Future flights. Many of you already know this, but Halo 2 and Halo 2 Anniversary are now on deck for the next release to PC. With that in mind, the team is heads down on creating the spec for the next series of PC flights. We're currently planning for our next flight to include content for Halo 2, Halo 2 Anniversary, Halo Reach's Forge, and Halo Reach's Theater for PC, and potentially some Halo Reach audio fixes. These fixes are still in progress, so currently they may or may not come in our next series of flights. As a reminder, flighting is a way for us to get early access builds out to our Halo insiders before they reach the public. Often things are rough around the edges and truly represent a work in progress. Building these games is a process and things can change. All the content listed above may change, and so may the timing, but if all goes well, we are targeting our next public flight for the end of March. If we remember back to earlier this year, we aimed to start flighting in January, but it ended up rolling into February when those kicked off. Please be patient, as we want to get these things out as quickly as possible, but in development, things happen. Keep your eyes on this thread every week, and we'll do our best to provide the details of exactly what is coming and when. But before you can flight, have you heard of the Halo Insider program?
Oh, gosh.
And then also within the rest of the article, they talk about how you can sign up for the Halo Insider program and all that, but we're not going to talk about that because we already have done that multiple times. So, Halo 2, Halo 2 Anniversary, Halo Reach's Forge, and Theater.
Yep.
Potentially are all going to be in this next upcoming flight, potentially scheduled for the end of this month, in which we are 15 days away. We're already halfway through the month of March. Can you believe that?
It's going fast.
It is. It's going fast indeed. And Will, that's it for the regular news. It's time for Will's Adventures Within the Sorry, my nose is a little bit runny. I apologize.
All right.
Will, what'd you play this week?
Well, still playing Tarkov. Kind of rolled back on it a little bit this week.
Okay.
Not as much. They introduced a new update.
Okay.
So now you can become over-encumbered if you're carrying too much stuff.
I'm actually kind of surprised that wasn't a thing before.
It was, so keep in mind, Tarkov's still in beta. It was initially supposed to be in the game.
Okay.
And what they're doing is basically, which this game blows my mind. It's been out for 2 years. I bought the game in 2018.
Yes.
They're now just like, there's been a wait symbol in the corner of your character the whole time. They're not just now, like, they're activating these different things as they go on. So now there's, I believe you can carry up to 70 kilograms before you become over-encumbered.
Okay.
You then start to lose speed with walking, running. You use more stamina to move.
Okay.
They basically turn down your sensitivity, so your moving around is harder. I mean, they want it to be like almost simulation, you know?
Absolutely. They want it to be realistic.
Yes. They also separated your arm stamina from your leg stamina. So if you ADS a heavy gun for a long time, your arm stamina runs out. You gotta take your gun down.
Huh. Didn't even think about that. That's All right.
They also so another reason they did that is because there was times where you could be running to get to cover or something, but then you can't ADS because it was using one stamina bar. So they wanted to keep that separate. If you're running, yes, your leg stamina can run out, but you could bring your gun up with your arms, you know?
Right.
So it's kind of cool that they did that.
It is cool.
And then there's something else they added. I'm trying to think. Just different. Oh, if you, that's it. If you keep running out of stamina, if you keep your stamina low, you get another debuff where you have trouble recovering stamina because you're consistently running yourself low.
Right.
They also created, if you prone out and you try to stand back up, it uses stamina because you're essentially pushing yourself off the ground using your arms and legs.
So they really went like really in depth with this.
They did.
That's cool. I mean, because they are trying to get the point of realism down. So like
Yes.
that's really cool. Has any other game done that before?
I don't know.
I don't think I've seen a separate leg and arm
Stamina. bar.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Of course, a lot of the streamers aren't happy with these changes because now they can't go into raids and come out with ginormous amount of gear.
Sure.
But it's part of the realism that they wanted to capture from the beginning.
I was gonna say it sounds like it was never the intention of the game.
Yes.
For that to happen in the first place. So
and then
awesome.
they also they added a few new items.
Okay.
Different styles of armors, and when you rank up your character through getting XP, you can unlock different clothes your character can wear.
Sweet.
I mean,
woo.
Yep. So there's a couple new patterns, which
Sure.
I don't really care about because I'm not there.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what's new on the Tarkov front.
Awesome.
I'm not that good where I come out with that much loot, so I never have been over encumbered.
Okay.
I have noticed, like, I do like the change with the stamina bar. That's pretty cool. Yeah, something different. I did play Modern Warfare. Played some Warzone.
Nice.
I think the closest I got was second. It's tough.
Are you liking it so far?
Kinda.
Okay. So Brian just joined the chat as well. What's up, Brian? Welcome. And during the community play date, I believe you said, Brian, that you are not a huge fan of Warzone as well.
Yeah.
What about it is meh? What about it to you? Because I haven't played it yet. You asked me if I was down to play it. I haven't even installed it yet.
No.
So I apologize. But what about it to you is on the meh front?
It bugs me that, like, say you have an AR.
Okay.
Even an M4.
Yep.
It takes sometimes a full magazine to down someone if they have full armor. If you're being pushed 2-on-1, you're most likely not going to win a fight.
Okay.
If it's close range. Like, if you can snipe someone and then turn on the other person to take them out, sure. But I don't know. There's points of it, and then the fact that players keep getting reintroduced. We got to the final circle, that game we got second, and there were still like 8 to 10 people alive.
Yeah, that's the thing I've been
And
noticing too.
It's hectic. It's way too hectic. You can't strategize. It feels like there's too many variables out of your control.
Okay.
It doesn't feel like most other BRs feel really competitive. This just feels like, well, you get what you get. It kind of sucks. You can get money and you can strategize to be in a better position. You can buy the upgrades, the cluster strikes, the whatnots.
Yeah, you can buy your kill streaks.
Yeah. You can buy your players back. It's all cool ideas, but I feel like it's just all shoved in there. It doesn't feel cohesive. It doesn't feel like a good experience.
Okay. Brian replied with, I don't love it. I think it feels a lot like random mechanics put together. There you go.
Hey.
Custom loadouts are kind of ruining the BR experience too.
Agreed.
So, and then he also states, so Lord Relay replied, Snipedown says movement in COD Warzone sucks. And then Brian replied with, the movement is brutal, especially coming from Apex. Going back on the loadout thing. Mm-hmm. So there are buy stations, correct?
Yes.
And correct me if I'm wrong here, but if you have enough money, which you can earn through like opening up like crates and just finding it as like normal loot around the map.
Yep.
You can use that. And it's like one of the most expensive things is what I've seen, but you can buy one of your custom loadouts for multiplayer.
Yep. Well, you can buy a loadout drop and your whole squad gets it.
Your whole squad gets it?
Yes.
Whoa.
So you all can choose your own custom loadout.
Okay,
And then,
that's a lot.
And then you get your perks, so you can get your cold-blooded, your whatever, whatever's allowed in Warzone.
So Brian replied, the price needs to be essentially tripled. LOL. It's easy to get your loadout. So that was going to be my question. Like, how quickly would you say it takes to earn the amount of money necessary to buy a custom loadout?
I've dropped. There was one game I dropped in a kind of a hotter zone, and I just ran around. I opened a few crates, and now the thing is you have 3 teammates.
Yeah.
You can find stacks of $1,200 on the ground. The crate costs $6,000. So if you all find some money, just a couple decent loot spots, I've gotten my loadout first circle, first buy station we find right there, loadout.
And then Brian also replied with, our squad pools our money together so we can get them within 8 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
I did not know you could pool your money together.
Yeah, so if you get money, you can just drop it on the ground. Your one teammate picks it up, and then you buy the station.
So they treat it like an item.
Yes.
Basic.
Yeah.
Wow. Woo. That seems not balanced to me in the slightest.
It's like a casual battle royale.
It's definitely what it sounds like, because if you have a loadout that has a thermal sniper on it.
Oh yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you have that, you're just at an immediate advantage, and you didn't have to find that gun at all.
Nope.
It's just you have it. Oh my God. Brian states it needs some work, but I think it'll be better in a month or two. I'll probably not play until then. Okay. Valid.
So yeah,
the whole match is snipers by third circle. Oh,
yes,
no,
that's what it feels like.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, then maybe I'll just wait a month or two. Maybe that's what I'll do. We'll be paying attention to the updates that are coming out for it, so on and so forth. And
maybe they just need to make snipe ammo very rare on the map.
Ooh. Or like Brian said, make things just cost a shit ton more.
Yes.
The fact that you can pull your money together, that's
yeah,
that's crazy to me. I feel like that should be separated. It shouldn't be treated like an actual item that you can drop. It should just be tied to you specifically.
Well, it has to be, because if you die, someone else can pick up your items.
Oh, sure. But maybe there could be something where if you die, then you drop it. Like, you just can't drop it naturally.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, you can't drop your weapons in this game mode. You have to find another weapon to pick up before you can drop a weapon you have.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. You're right. It seems like a lot of weird things that are just mashed together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, besides those 2 games, I played MCC for the community playdate.
Yes, we
barring
did.
a 60 gig update on the console. That was not fun. But no, it was such a fun time just because of the chat. Everyone was hilarious, having a good time. Fun. We got into I don't know what map was that on where we kept running into each other. I was like, oh no, go ahead. And then we did the freaking warthog comes around the corner and splatters us.
It might have been Rat's Nest.
Yes,
Rat's Nest in Halo 3.
Rat's Nest.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yep.
That was great.
And then was it boarding action in Halo 1? Where Brian, you remember, right? We basically figured out that I can play Shaggy.
Oh. Yeah.
No, I can't.
Yeah, sure.
No. Absolutely not.
So yeah, community playdate.
Yeah, it was fun.
And then I played some Halo 5.
You did play some Halo 5.
Yesterday, I'm at the point where I don't know what game to play. Games are getting a little stale for me right now.
Doom next week, baby.
I've never been a Doom fan.
Animal Crossing next week, baby.
Animal Crossing.
And Doom, baby. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I played Halo 5. I jumped into the Extermination Breakout playlist. That's there now. I haven't lost a single match yet.
That's with shotguns, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can go away.
Yeah. Yup. Like original Breakout. It can.
Yeah, original Breakout.
That's what they should bring back.
If it was AR, I would be a lot happier, because there was times where there was the last game I played where I was about to 5 someone across the map. I had got the first 4 shots. I had that. He was going into cover. I had my pistol lined up. All of a sudden, his teammate just comes around the corner with the shotgun and one taps me. I'm like, okay, thanks. That took no skill for you at all, besides just pushing without whatever. But yeah, I won all 3 games I played in.
Nice.
There was one map where I literally just flew at the flag every map and brought it back, and then I would sit there while my teammates got the kills, because If it came down to it where we were at a disadvantage, I'd cap it. But otherwise, I would just sit at our base with the flag while our teammates got the kills and got the points, and then GG's.
Wow.
It was, the other team just wasn't paying attention to the flag at all.
Sure.
So made it easy.
No one really does.
It's kind of...
Unless they're at a kill disadvantage, then they will.
Yes. I made it a priority, and it was made the game... Because then they had to push.
Yep.
They had to come out of cover.
Yep.
Yep.
But if only you had to bring it to...
The other side.
Yeah.
Then it would be difficult.
Yep. It's a...
I think the point, though, is if you did have to bring it to the other side, then you do have to slay out no matter what.
Yep.
So why have the flag then?
See, I could see it where they just have... Maybe you just make it like a CTF environment where make it multi-flag.
Oh.
So one flag on each side.
Yeah.
And then you could either win the round by killing everybody on the enemy team or grabbing the flag and running it back. Because then you have to go further.
Why wouldn't we just play CTF in Arena?
But single life round based.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
true.
That was the whole point. So
yeah.
You feel me?
I'll see.
Yeah, it would just make it more of a. If I could sneaky get in there, grab it.
What if it was like S&D and you had a flag in your base and you had to bring it to their base?
So let's make it a bomb then.
Make it a bomb.
So in other words, just make S&D.
Let's just make S&D.
Got it. Cool. Awesome.
It might be fun.
I mean, we talked about that too. So I
mean, it might. Some sort of game mode like that, or it could be fun.
Oh my god!
But yeah, those are the only 4 games I played. I don't know. Games are feeling stale for me. I need something. I've never played an Animal Crossing game. Maybe I should buy this one.
It looks very, very interesting and fun, I'll say.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the point of an Animal Crossing game? I've never looked into them. I've heard people talk about them.
It's a simulation. It's a cutesy simulation game where originally it was about like talking to townsfolk, doing some mundane duties, and basically furnishing your house.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they got to a point where they added online connectivity so you could visit other people's, like you could visit your friends' houses, their worlds, so on and so forth. And now they're getting to a point because Stardew Valley came out, all of these cutesy, but a little bit more in-depth games have continually come out. So they're taking aspects from these different games that have released over the years, because it's been a long time since the last Animal Crossing has come out. And they're taking these aspects, putting it into the Animal Crossing world. And yeah, people have been fucking losing their minds. Like, you can build a ladder now.
A ladder?
Yeah, it used to not be a thing, Will. So this is a big fucking deal.
Okay.
You can build roads. Yup, you couldn't build roads before. You can build roads now. It's a big fucking deal, Will.
Oh, wow.
But no, it is like the beginner's sim game. But it's I don't mean to use the word cutesy in a diminutive sense of the word. It's fun. Okay. It's just pure fun. It's not, they're not mundane tasks for the sake of feeling mundane. Like, you can always be doing something, and you may get something in return. It's just fun.
Okay.
It's just you can tune away from the rest of the world. You can go in, you can talk to some cool townsfolk, you can furnish your home, you can help better the community as well. Yeah. Just a fun video game.
Okay.
Yeah. Fair enough. I'd say look into it.
All right. Well, what did you end up playing for the week, sir?
I played a couple games. I played MCC as well, and the community played it. It was a fun time. I had a fucking blast.
You were yelling over here.
Oh yeah, I shouted at Scud a lot. That was fun.
That last CTF game we played, the Halo 1.
Oh my god.
So Justin got in a Warthog, and I hopped in, and I thought it was like the normal turret Warthog, but it was like a rocket hog or something. It had like a blast on it. And I just meant to one tap our teammate as we drove by. I betrayed him right off the bat. I felt so bad. One of the randos we had. Oops.
Great job, Will.
Yep.
You're such a great teammate.
Yep.
But no, the community played it. Was a lot of fun. Yeah. I had a lot of laughs. My voice kind of hurt towards the end of it. It was a fun time though. We came back on that Halo 2 Classic map.
Oh yeah, I told you I just sat in the corner because I kept dying over and over again.
No, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. But like we were down by I think over 10 kills or something like that, and we were able to come back and take the win. It was a very close game at the end. That was great though. It was really fun. It was just a lot of fun games in general. And it's funny because we were always talking about how we could never get a game of Halo 4. First game we played for the play date was a Halo 4 game.
Nice.
It was the only one I think we played the whole day, but it was great.
No, we played a second one.
Did we?
I played one because we did.
Okay.
We did.
I'm going to take your word for it because
I remember getting ordinances.
Oh, yeah.
We steamrolled as usual.
I stole a lot of people's kills over the night.
That's what you do.
Yep. So it wouldn't be a game of Halo if I didn't steal anybody else's kills. So
I stole that camo from you on
You're a piece of shit too. I saw it pop up. We're on Rat's Nest in Halo 3. I see the camo pop up. I'm on the upper bridge, right in the middle of the map. I drop down, and Will's fucking right there, and he grabs it in front of me. I'm like, son of a bitch.
You called it out too. You're like, ooh, camo's up. And I'm like, I'm on my way.
Just grab him like, no. And that's why I stopped you. Like, that's why we're running into each other.
Yeah.
I was stopping you. He was like, no, you don't get to pass me. No, that was all. That game was great.
That was so fun.
Yes, it was a lot of fun. So if you're interested in joining the community playdate every Friday, 7 p.m. Central, join it up. We do a mixture of MCC and Halo 5. So depending upon playlists that are out, so on and so forth. Join that if you want to. And then I also played Ori and the Blind Forest. So Ori and the Will of the Wisps came out. I've never played the first one. So that's what I'm currently doing. Playing through Ori and the Blind Forest. It's fun so far. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Oh, the other thing I want to say, hinting at like the performance issues that were talked about earlier, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we were playing a lot of BTB because of the party size that we had. And nearly every game, I think maybe except Halo 3. Were you getting on Halo 3 at all? I didn't get on Halo 3.
No.
But like, Halo 2 Anniversary, we didn't get a Halo 4 BTB map, did we?
We did not. We got H1, H2, and H2A.
Okay. Oh, no, we did get one Halo 4.
As BTB?
Yeah, we did because that was where we started complaining about it a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do remember that now.
Yep. So you were playing on your Halo 5 Xbox One.
Yes.
Correct? Okay, so that is an original model of the Xbox One. In the studio here, I'm playing on an Xbox One S, and then Brian, among others in the group, are playing on an Xbox One X. You and I were having performance issues on bigger maps where there was consistent frame stuttering all the time. Brian and others who were playing on an X did not at all. So that's concerning to me that it's not properly optimized, but yeah, it was just fucking frustrating. Now that I know what the problem is. That's all I played though. I played a couple games. That was it. But next week, man, or this week, technically speaking, Doom on Friday. I cannot wait. The launch trailer for Doom Eternal, if you have not watched it, folks, oh my God. I cannot wait for that video game. I cannot wait for that video game. It's going to be so good. And then if you're interested in that Animal Crossing, also comes out on Friday as well. Let's get in on some of that multiplayer, Josh, says Brian. Dude, I'm down.
Are you playing on PC though?
Yeah, absolutely. I liked the multiplayer a lot in Doom 2016, so I'm so excited for this game. And then Lord Relay states, let's talk about that snipe down lethal fusion pick Moses tweeted. There's nothing really to talk about. It's just fucking weird. He took lethal and then snipe down. He says like the perfect Halo player doesn't exist, and then dot.
Yes,
and then
I
it's
did
fused
see that.
together, right?
I did see that.
So the bags under lethal's eyes. Oh my God. It looks like the dude just doesn't sleep. It's crazy.
Playing Halo too much.
Yes, he's obviously playing Halo too much. And then Silas states, if MCC gives you performance issues, I feel like Doom might be tough. Oh, yeah, we're playing on PC. It's not a big deal at all. Brian says, womp womp, I bought for Xbox. Son of a bitch. No, I pre-ordered on Steam, so I'm sorry. I guess we're not playing together, Brian. Womp womp indeed. That's okay. The Xbox One X, well, according to id, they are going to be hitting 60 FPS on every console, regardless of what console it is. It's just going to be different resolutions and then different scalings. So regardless of what console you're playing on, Doom Eternal should be at a set 60 FPS regardless. So there's that. Will, it's time for some shout-outs. First up, shout out to everyone who joined in the community, played it this past week. It was awesome. We had a full party going into BTB. It was an awesome experience. And then shout out to all, I just want to say this, shout out to all the companies and organizations who are putting the health of people basically before everything else. So some are waiting longer than others, but the fact of the matter is there's a lot of logistics behind this. There's a lot of potential money that's being lost by companies. This is a very weird time that we are living in right now. This is something the United States, this is something the world hasn't seen for a very long time. So there are a lot of changes that are going to be taking place. Hence the name of this stream, The World is Changing, right? So just shout out to all the companies and organizations that are putting the health first, letting people work from home if they are allowed to, trying to put safety precautions in place, all that fun stuff. So that's all I'll say. That's it for the shout outs. It's time for the community creations. We have Halo memes every day. Yeah. So if you're feeling a little bit down, go check out reddit.com/r/Halo memes. Check those out. We have the Halo Community Spotlight. This is over on HaloWaypoint.com. You can check that out. We have 5 questions with Scud Puddle. This is by Satis Jackson. It's a little blog post that Satis Jackson did. And Scud Puddle is a member of this community. It was great 5 questions that were asked as well. Go ahead and check that out. And then we have Clips of the Week number 45. This is by High Tech Redneck. It'll be in the Google Doc of the show into the show when she releases that video on Monday, so tomorrow. That is that. Oh, Lord Relay, is that actually a Lord of the Rings reference that I didn't even notice? Yeah. It's funny because we're watching through them again, so. Yeah. Part 1 of the Two Towers is slow as fuck.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's the worst one so far.
I mean, it's pretty slow.
All it is walking and talking. In part 1 of the Two Towers.
Some shoes would have been nice. Sorry.
God damn it. Brian says all those movies are slow as fuck. So for those who don't know, I think I've said this multiple times, but for those who don't know, I grew up not caring for Lord of the Rings at all. I just didn't. You are a fan of Lord of the Rings, correct?
I'm fine with them, yeah.
Okay. So I grew up not caring about them. Then my wife is a huge fan of Lord of the Rings. She watched them with her dad all the time. And so every Thursday we do a movie night together. And we decided that we're going to do the Lord of the Rings. We're going to do extended because now I'm going to take the time. I'm not going to look at my phone. I'm going to watch the movies, fully try to engross myself in it, pay attention as much as I can. So since the extended Blu-rays are split up in parts, each movie has 2 parts. They're about 2 hours apiece. Just this past Thursday, we watched the first disc of The Two Towers. I figured out that they stop at pretty good points, so I'm not really missing anything. Nothing stopped halfway through. It's like, oh my God, jump cut. No, it's none of that. So we're good there. Also, what's up, Midwest Esports? Welcome as well. And then Brian states whispers, they're just not very good. Uh-oh. But yeah, Brian, we are watching the extendeds. Dave will be back. All right, sounds good, Dave. But so we watched through Fellowship. After watching it and fully paying attention, there were a lot of like action parts that I didn't know, like I forgot were there. So I thought Fellowship was actually pretty damn good. I liked it overall. The Two Towers, what I thought was going to start as like a recap of Fellowship, because you see Gandalf like falling down with that demon.
Yes.
Right? But no, that's how the movie opens, because then you actually see the fight take place between them. I'm like, oh, that's actually really cool too. And then basically, as soon as that scene was over, it was walking and talking, running and talking, trees with talking, and snippy Sam, moody Frodo, and douchey Gollum.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just what the first half of that movie is. There's not, I don't know, it just wasn't exciting at all. Except for the very beginning, and I'm like, oh my God, that's awesome that they just lead right into it. That's really cool. But no, everything else in that first half of that movie is just so slow. But yeah, I am genuinely excited to finish the Two Towers, because I think the second half is going to be so much better now that I feel like we've gotten all of that other stuff out of the way. And so I feel like now we're at the gate of Mordor, where like they're going to take this hidden path that Gollum knew about. You know what? Can I just say this? Gollum, in my mind, says the dumbest line I've ever heard in a movie. You ready for this?
Uh-oh.
When they're at the gate of Mordor, right? Sorry, this is not gaming related at all. I apologize, but bear with me. We're at the end of the show anyway. Gollum, when they're at the gate of Mordor, they reach the gate and they see this army go in, and they're like, well, we're not fucking getting in there. How are we going to do this? Frodo's like, nah, man, I got this. I'm going in. They start going, and then Gollum pulls him back. He's like, no, don't go. I know another way. And then they both look at him, and they're like, dude, why did you lead with that? What are you doing? What? And I'm thinking to myself, I thought the same thing that they were just saying to him. And then he says, so this isn't word for word, but this is basically what he says. So, it's a path that leads to stairs that leads to a tunnel. And I'm like, okay, dude, who cares? Let's go. I don't need to hear what this is. Just let's go to it and not stand here because they see us.
Just wait.
Does it get worse?
No.
Okay, good. Also, the potatoes scene is in the first half of Two Towers. That was funny. I remembered that. Yeah, I thought that was awesome. Oh, this will go nice with some taters. Then Gollum comes up, taters? What are taters? Oh my God, okay. Jesus Christ. You know, potatoes? What is it? Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah. And then and then the fish, and Gollum's fucking pissed off that he couldn't eat it raw.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you need to calm the fuck down. Heavy Rainfall, Dave, welcome. He says, just wait. I'm like, all right, I'll wait. I really do. I do think it's going to get better. Yeah, I really do.
So my favorite out of that first trilogy is 3, 1, and then 2.
Okay.
So 2 is my least favorite.
So Return of the King is just like
hands
down amazing.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it did win like every fucking Oscar under the books. I mean, under the sky. So.
Yep.
Okay. I'm excited. Like I said, I think that the worst is out of it. I think we're done with all that. Yes, I know that Frodo is going to get a lot more moody because, like, on his way up the mountain the volcano. Like, I get that. I completely understand. But yeah, I'm genuinely excited to get through the rest of it. Will.
Yeah.
With my Lord of the Rings bullshit out of the way, please plug the show.
You can find us on your favorite podcast services. Just search for HCS Pro Talk. We're on iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, Stitcher, Spotify, and others as well. Leave us a review, let others know about the show. You can join the Discord, join the community discussion. Link will be provided in the Google Doc at the show notes of the show. You can join our Xbox Club or Spartan Company at HaloWaypoint.com. Just check that out. Search for HCS Pro Talk. We are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Esportspedia, and we have our own website in the works. All links will be provided in that Google Doc within the show notes of the show. You can do !show notes in chat to get a link straight to the show notes.
You can.
Josh, tell the fine people at home what we have on the next episode.
On the next episode, well, hopefully, I'm not going to set in stone, but we're going to hopefully have a new topic. We're going to have the Tourney Time St. Swati's Halo 5 2v2 results and the Europa Halo 5 Double Series Qualifier number 1 results.
Awesome.
So we're going to talk about all that. Maybe we'll have some more coronavirus news to talk about as well. We will find out. Shane, thank you very much. Another fire episode. Thanks, guys. Anytime. Also, let's give a shout out to our the followers who followed this stream. We have Savic Slayer, so Shane, thank you. Vobble Wobble, Trevor, thank you. And Heavy Rainfall, Dave, thank you very much as well. You guys are fantastic.
All incredible people.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So we're going to close out the recording of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. This has been episode 118 of HCS Pro Talk. We'll be back next week where we're going to talk about, hopefully, some happiness within the space and probably some more Lord of the Rings bullshit. So stay tuned for that. But until then, bye-bye!
Okay.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning into the stream as well. Thanks for chatting it up, being a part of the discussion. We greatly appreciate it. This is the part of the show where we do our after-stream weekly Q&A. So if you're hanging out, if you have any questions for us, please let us know in the chat. Jesus Christ.
Going back to your old streaming.
I know. Don't remind me. Don't remind
motions.
Me. Oh, shoot. I didn't know there was extra stream content. Yeah, dude. We like to It's special, you know? It's oh so special.
We're here.
We are here for you. We love you. Yeah. Also, because I didn't need to say this on the show, if anybody's interested, just a heads up, if you are if you have a Vudu account, which is a movie streaming service, they used to be owned by Walmart. They're now being sold, but that's besides the point. Or Movies Anywhere. You can now. So 1917, the movie 1917 is now available to be purchased early access. Early access, it's the full movie. So you're able to purchase that if you want to digitally, or Star Wars Rise of Skywalker is also available right now digitally, which is, I believe, 2 or 3 weeks ahead of schedule. 1 to 2 weeks ahead of schedule because the physical release comes out at the end of this month. So if you're any at all interested in getting those, you can go ahead and do so. Hell yeah, you've been missing out, Silas. Where the hell have you been? Oh yeah, Brian also states that Frozen 2 is also on Disney Plus early. So I believe that is this week. Today, as a matter of fact. Yeah, today, Frozen 2 is 3 weeks ahead of schedule because of the coronavirus. They released it early on Disney Plus. I do need to watch that. I have yet to see Frozen 2.
I never saw the first one.
It is a good movie. It is. It's genuinely a really good Disney Pixar film.
Okay.
It is. Regardless of the Let It Go memes, it is actually a very good movie. Frozen 2 is the important one here. Fantastic movie. You bought 1917 digitally, Lord? So did I.
I never saw it in the theater. I really wanted to. I missed out.
Yep. In other words, I guess we're doing a movie night because I have it. So
okay,
we're going to watch it.
All right.
And then also, so there's a giant box. Hopefully Tom's not watching this. So there's a giant box set of Star Wars.
Okay.
That's coming out.
Yeah.
All of them on 4K Blu-ray.
Don't you own all of them? You can just stream them, dude.
All of them on 4K
you
Blu-ray.
Have them all.
Already bought it. So all of them on 4K Blu-ray with 4K digital copies. And yeah, comes out at the end of this month. I'm very, very excited. Jesus. Oh, Natana's in chat. Fuck. Guys, I'm out. I'm getting somebody's divorcing me later today. Just wait. Shouldn't have fucking said anything.
Way to go.
I should have just picked it up from Best Buy and then brought it home and act like nothing happened. That's what I should have done. No, I'm really excited though, because it's because this is like the last one for a while. It's every Star Wars film. Like I said, all 4K Blu-ray, all 4K digital copy, all the special features as well. And it comes in a really, really cool, like a flip book package, I guess you could say, with a big box that encompasses everything, obviously. Yeah, I think it'd be like a cool entertainment piece as well. to have down here, not in the studio, but like down here in this living room.
Yeah.
When that gets fitted out, I think it'll be really cool. Vicky says fail. Yeah, I did fail. That's okay. Whatever makes you happy, brother. Thanks, Brian. See, Brian's got my back.
Yeah.
Lord Relay says, I saw 1917 in IMAX.
That would have been good.
I love the experience of seeing a movie in IMAX, but I hate the seats in IMAX theaters because they're just too, like, we're tall guys.
A little too narrow.
Yeah, I just feel like we don't get enough legroom whatsoever in an IMAX theater.
So I used to go to the one, there's the Minnesota Zoo.
Yep, that's the one I'm thinking of. So maybe others are different.
Well, I don't know about you, but I always sat in the back row. There seemed to be a little bit more room back there.
That would probably make the case then, because I would sit kind of in the middle, I think.
Yeah. I used to try to always get the back seat.
Silas asks, do you guys have the reclining seats in the States yet? I don't know about any IMAX reclining seats, but we do have plenty of theaters that have reclining seats.
Oh, yeah.
That is the only ones that we go to are ones with reclining seats. Because we are that bougie.
Recently went to one. Some of them even have heaters in them now.
Yeah,
those are really nice.
They are.
Recline, put the heater on,
We have
relax. It's a good time.
We have a Alamo Draft House near us, as a matter of fact. We always used to go to a Marcus Theater, who were known for their reclining heated seats.
Mm-hmm.
Now we go to a Alamo Draft House, which is closer to us. But yeah, they have reclining seats and all that too.
They also have the Alamo Draft House has food service at your seat.
Yep. Every one of their theaters does. Like every one of their screenings does, I guess you could say. I don't know what the fuck they're called.
They also have a very strict policy against talking, cell phones, and kids.
Yep.
Which is I've gone to the markets a couple times, but since this incident, but before, there was like a stretch where my fiance and I went to like 3 movies, and we ended up with just horrible people next to us in every movie, and the theater really didn't do anything for it. So, yeah, we went to the Alamo, and it's been a good experience since.
Yes.
So
it's been fantastic. I like their screens as well. And then Vobble Wobble states, Marcus is my favorite at this point in time, but I haven't been to an Alamo. So Trevor, I highly recommend going to an Alamo. If memory serves me correctly, and I believe I know where you still reside, then you also have an Alamo really close to you. So I would definitely check it out. That place is fantastic.
It's got an old school theater feel to it, but it's so upscale.
Yes, that is the one I'm talking about, Trevor, the one in Woodbury. Definitely check it out.
Savick, Shane says, the rec pulling out of both Halo and Gears now really sucks. Coalition and HCS really need to step it up.
Yeah.
For Gears, they had their new game launch, and we talked about it on the show already, that promotion was bad. They didn't hype it up. They didn't get it out there in time. Now we're seeing it fall apart, where it used to be the group, like MLG were running the events. It used to be great. Now it's kind of on the downslope.
Right.
So I can agree the food at Alamo's
Depends on what you have. Those cookies sucked.
Oh, yeah, the Chewbacca cookies?
Yeah, the bacon ones.
The bacon.
Yeah, it was just too, like, okay, this might spark a debate in the chat, and if it does, I apologize, but just hear me out, okay? People say, not everybody, but people say that bacon makes everything better. In my opinion, bacon does not make everything better. Bacon just makes everything taste like bacon, which to some people may be better. But if I'm having a chocolate chip cookie,
we're going down this road.
Yeah, I'm just going to say this because
okay.
I think that in some instances, bacon can like help boost flavor, adds a different level of flavor profile to a dish. I respect that. But if I'm having a motherfucking chocolate chip cookie and all I actually taste is bacon, there's a problem. Like, I want my sweetness from the chocolate. And also, they weren't very soft in the middle. Like, they weren't that ooey gooey middle texture that you look for on the cookie. So it was just hard throughout.
So the 4 of us were at the theater with those cookies, and we got 2 packages of them. One was very hard. I got a couple cookies that were ooey gooey in the middle.
You did?
They were fantastic when they were warm, and like they were basically like Yeah, so I think we got the cookies we got were burnt, so they probably enhanced the bacon flavor. I got a couple good ones.
Also enhanced the burnt flavor.
Yeah, you know.
Vicky says, I will make you my bacon chocolate chip cookies. They're actually pretty fantastic. I'll trust you because you like to bake. So I will definitely trust you on that front. Lord Relay asks, ever had Popper's Pizza?
I've never heard of Popper's Pizza.
Let's look it up. What is Popper's Pizza? Popper's Pizza. Are you asking about Topper's Pizza? Like Toppers? Because if you're talking about toppers, I don't like their pizza. I think their pizza's too greasy. I like their topper sticks, though. Their topper sticks are good. They're just cheese sticks. It doesn't fucking matter.
Can't go wrong with cheese sticks.
No, you can't. You really can't. Lord Relay says, yeah, he was talking about toppers. Yeah. Okay. I think their pizza's too greasy. It's not mine. It's not my forte. I don't like it. I really don't like their pizza at all. But no, their topper sticks. Actually, shout out to Toppers. Even though I hate your pizza, shout out to Toppers. They had, I don't know if they have them anymore. They had breakfast topper sticks.
Oh.
But they weren't like a egg and cheese and meat scenario. They were like a berry cinnamon roll style.
Interesting.
They were unbelievably good. Like, oh my God. They were so good. Holy crap, they were good. Trevor states Topper sticks with bacon on them and dipping them in nacho cheese sauce is great at 3 a.m. Topper sticks in general at 3 a.m. are so fucking good. I had them all the time when I was in Mankato. They were fantastic. Shane states, if Infinite turns out to be an okay game, do you think that it's it for Halo Esports?
No.
Define okay.
No, because I don't think you can create an esport and hype around anything. It just needs to be produced and presented properly.
Right, and it doesn't necessarily have to be Infinite. I mean, it's going to be. I'm just saying, like, let's say Infinite is not a great video game and it dies off really quickly. They could technically go to different ones in the franchise.
True. So I think I've talked about this before.
I think you have too.
Where, we've had if the community shits on its own game, what is going to draw people in to watch it?
Right.
So even if it's an okay game and it's not great, if it works for competitive and people actually are excited about the competitive scene, it should bring that hype back to Halo. Hopefully.
Silos replies, esports is just for marketing. As long as it's a successful marketing campaign, they'll keep doing it.
There you go.
Awesome. And then Blue Team Tournaments just replied to our DM that says that their Discord link in their bio on Twitter should work. So I'm going to quickly check that.
Okay.
Let's get that going. Sweet.
Some reports, not the most reputable, coming out that consoles will be delayed until 2021. Damn it, Brian, why you got to break that news to me right now? That's we'll have to see.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
We did.
Yeah, there was a Forbes analyst that came out and said that. Brian, it was before you were in here, I think. But yeah. Yep. And Brian, I also said, I'm just going to say this again, is that I shit on somebody's opinion a while ago, not this episode, but a while ago, when he thought that Infinite's going to be delayed. I'm like, it's not going to get fucking delayed. Now, with the way things are going around this world, I told Will and I told the listeners that I think anything's possible at this point. Anything is possible. I think anything can happen, and it's going to be, it'll be something. It'll be something. Yeah. You know what I was gonna look this up since we're still here. I was gonna look up to see if Toppers still had those
cinnamon.
Yeah. Because motherfucker, do I want those now? They don't. Shit.
Bummer.
So yeah, they have original Topper sticks. They have 3 cheese garlic sticks. They have nacho sticks, jalapeno sticks, pepperoni sticks, cinnamon sticks, and bacon sticks. But they don't have like those desserty ones that I mentioned earlier. So, but with Infinite being a first-party game, they'll likely know before most. I agree, Brian. He also states so they could take some extra time to really polish the shit out of it. They definitely could. Then Lord Relay states, is Esports Engine going to be the new MLG in terms of talent? Yeah, I believe so, yeah. It's what we've basically come to believe. Yeah. It also depends on if they're the ones that are going to be putting on the events, like broadcasting, talent, everything, or if they're just going to be the behind-the-scenes infrastructure of the event. Because yeah, we haven't really seen... I don't think we've seen an Esports Engine, them running the entire show, including talent, so on and so forth. I don't think we've seen that yet. But, and then Shane asks, actually, hold on, before we get to that, Brian states, I'm trying to participate in more Halo Online tournaments, so hit me up if you want to play. Absolutely. If you guys haven't joined our Discord yet, please do so. It's in the link of it is in the Google Doc at the show notes of the show, so check that out. And then hit up Brian if you want to team up with him. He can Brian, you competed in the shit.
There's a Halo 2.
We just talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was literally in it. Was it the Pen Halo?
Yeah, Pen Halo, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah. Yep, perfect. I'll probably continue posting in the LFG and the, yeah, absolutely. Keep posting, please do. And then Shane asks, do you think Tashi is doing a good job for Halo Esports? Okay.
Well, that's a heavy one.
I'm actually glad we're not talking about this in the actual episode because this isn't, I don't want this to turn into a ranting fest. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to rant. I'm just saying, like, in terms of bringing more negativity to a space. I think, personally, that he is doing the best job with what he is given.
Yes.
Yes, because he is not the one making all of the decisions.
He's the face.
Yes.
He's reporting.
Yes, he is.
I feel like he wants the best for everything for Halo. He's trying to get these things pushed out, but there's a lot of tape he has to go through. Red tape. Is that what they call it?
Absolutely.
He has to report to Microsoft. They have to approve what he's trying to do. He probably gets put on budgets that probably aren't the best for what he needs. And what I have to say about all I want to say is we have to wait and see for Infinite right now.
Yep.
We're in a lull for esports. It kind of fell off. I'll go back to my previous statements of the game cycle hurts Halo esports. The fact that we get the same game for so long.
Right.
We need to we just need to see what he does with Infinite, if this roadmap works, and we need to see it continue past the 12-month roadmap. We need the continuous support past the initial phase.
Right. So Brian states you'd be surprised how much external communication is bottlenecked by corporate or higher-ups. So that's the biggest thing. So Lord Relay states, look at the very simple things Moses needs to address with tweets. Okay. I love Moses, okay? People have their opinions on him. Yes, he can be very negative at times. That is absolutely a factual statement. But like Lord Relay states, he does say things that can potentially be easily addressed. But not everything falls on Tashi. Because like we talked about, he's the face. So, Lord Relay, I don't want people to think that just because he puts something out on Twitter that, oh my God, HCS is doing literally nothing, they're so trash, blah, blah, blah. That's not the case at all. There is a lot of work that's being done behind the scenes that can't be talked about right now, that we can't talk about right now because we don't know. So, a lot of the community is feeling like they're being left in the dark, which is true, because things are being worked on. Now, could they do better at like sending tweets out for events that are being taken place? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's not on Tashi. So it's a giant umbrella.
There's more than just Tashi behind the HCS.
It's a big tree. He's just one branch of said tree. There are multiple branches of this tree that people just don't even know about. Like, there are people that literally nobody knows about because they don't look into it. There's a lot going on. And then Brian states, I know our community manager has to put some tweets through PR. So for those who don't know, Brian makes games. Brian, shout out to you as well. He works for NetherRealm, who creates the Mortal Kombat games. So Brian knows firsthand some of the shit that devs have to go through in order to make things happen. So if you want a great reference point, Brian's your man. Yeah, it can just be... It's so hard. To answer Shane's question, like I said, I believe Tashi is doing a great job with what he is being given.
Yep.
And like Will said, we'll have to wait and see with when Infinite releases, what's going to happen after that. We're waiting for that potential 12-month roadmap to come out before Infinite releases. That is something that Tashi and the rest of the HCS team, along with upper management, are working on.
So then we could go in discussion about, well, if the consoles get delayed, that most likely means Infinite, since it's going to be a release title, will be delayed. Mm-hmm. What's going to happen with this roadmap if they were planning on having events December 2020 that are now not going to be there because the game's not released? This could throw a whole wrench into that, and hopefully we get communication on what's being done.
Yes.
But that's if, this is all speculation. If it happens, we don't know.
Right. So Lord Relay replies, a lot of people involved in HCS and the community, I feel, aren't fans or passionate enough. That boo-boo vid was fire. Not one 343 person mentioned it until called out. So in defense of the 343 people, oh my God, why am I blanking on his name right now? The head of the HCS, well, one of the people who runs the HCS Twitter account, he replied with, he didn't see it pop up in his feed. So that's why it didn't. I mean, you can think he's lying or not. That's up to you. And I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying you can think that if you want. But he came out and he stated that, hey, I'm sorry, you're right. This is awesome. I didn't see it pop up. Then the tweet came out. Was he called out? Sure. Does that matter? No, it shouldn't matter. And then you feel that they aren't fans or passionate enough. If they weren't, they wouldn't be in that position. What is a business's... Willman asks you a question. What is the point of a business?
To make money.
To make money. Therefore, they want to have the best person possible in that position in order for the company to make money. Therefore, people who work on Halo, if they didn't like Halo, there are outside factors that can make it so a person wouldn't leave a company because maybe it's cushy, maybe they feel there isn't anything else out there for them. They don't have something lined up at the time, so they can't just transition into another position. They don't want to take extended periods of time off. There are outside factors. But like Brian just said, devs give a shit. It's as simple as that. There's so much stigma out there because we are in a digital age. We are in a feedback-oriented age where when you put something out there on the internet, you will get a response back immediately. There's that instant gratification feedback loop now. But with businesses, with game development, with every other business ever, there are things that are behind closed doors that they don't talk about, that you're not going to know about because they don't look for that instant gratification reply. They don't need it. But yeah. And then Lord says, I saw his reply, but if you seek out his kind of content like we do, it should have been easily on his radar. Okay.
Okay. So Boo Boo is a top talent, right?
Yes.
But what else is he doing to promote himself outside of that? Like, does he have a huge following? Does he stream? I guess I don't know. I don't personally. I mean, I don't see him posting content like every day where someone should be following him to find his content every day.
Nope.
Like that needs to be better too. You could flip it on him. You can go at any angle you want, but let's put it out there. The HCS and Halo is at a down point. People aren't just generally looking for Halo content. We as a community are trying to keep it going,
right?
Keep it here, but it's not as big as it used to be. Content doesn't just pop up on Twitter like it used to.
Right.
We're in a lull, and I could easily see how one single tweet, one single video post could get missed. It's simple.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
I'm going to leave it at that.
I'm just going to read Brian's statement here. I think the HCS team needs better communication, but it's not about one person. In my opinion, devs give a shit. They wouldn't work in the industry if they didn't. Give them the benefit of the doubt. I know it's hard, though, because it's such a secretive industry, and I wish it wasn't. And he says he has bias, though. Because obviously he works in the industry. He's the most recent champ. Well, I mean, yeah, but we're talking about a grassroots event, too. Like, there hasn't been an official HCS event in over a year. So, yes, he is the most recent champ, and Team Mantra, like the organization, is doing things to not necessarily pump out content, but to pump out engagement, like with their money giveaways and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So they're doing things for their organization. But yeah, that's that. I think there could be a bigger discussion to be had, but it's hard. I don't know what else to say. I'm sick of blame being thrown at individuals just because they are the face of things. It's just sad. So I will say I like dumping on 343 as much as the next guy, but this one is whatever I feel. And then Shane says, I know we talked about a bit about this via Twitter. Silo says, maybe I'm biased because they recently featured a legend clip, but they scour all over for content and missed one video. Yep. So Shane asks, but now that you're one of the shows, what's your general opinion on Mantra's social media antics? Okay, are we asking about what I think we're asking about? Or are we asking about the money giveaways? Will, do you know what I'm getting at?
No.
Okay.
I haven't been following them.
Oh, he said tactics, not the DM screenshot. All right, thank fucking God, not the DM screenshot. I want to talk about that right now. I'm not in the mood. What do you think about their tactics? I think that they have... I mean, the dude, I guess, has some money to throw away to get people interested in following that Twitter account. But it's not going to last in the long term. Like, they need to... Oh, Shane says, I guess just all of it. Okay, well, let's start with the money thing. So I think the guy who owns it has a little bit of money to throw. So he's just trying to get people engaged with it, get people to follow the account, so on and so forth. But I don't think it's going to stay. I don't think he just continually does giveaways. They need to start making actual content in order to remain relevant, or else they're just not going to. They picked up some people. They picked up a content creator as well, but they need to start doing their own individual types of content in order to remain relevant in the space, not just do money giveaways. And then Brian states, hot take, giveaways are just buying followers in a different way. They are. They absolutely are. Lord Relay states, Mantra is doing what it takes right now. I mean, not really. I don't think they're doing what it takes right now. They're just literally trying to boost their follow count by giving money away and charging an exorbitant amount of money for signed sweatshirts. Yeah, and then Brian states, but buying followers is frowned upon, but giveaways aren't. Right?
It's a line.
It is a line because that person who's going in for that giveaway thinks that they might be getting something out of it instead of just that company just buying followers. But yeah. Oh, and then the DM thing. Okay. I forgot who Shane, was I talking to you on Twitter about this? I was talking to somebody on Twitter about this in DMs, but Brian hit the fucking nail on the head. We need more context. There is clearly more to this story than meets the eye. And I'm going to say this. Fireboy, who was part of that DM conversation in that screenshot, he's been in hot water before too. I know this because there's other things that have come to my attention that I'm not going to disclose on here because it's not the right time or place. I'm just not going to do it. And yeah, we need more context. Oh, you need more context for what the DM story actually is. Okay, sorry, Brian. So there's this DM screenshot that went out between Mantra and Fireboy, if I'm not mistaken. And it was talking about how, God, what the fuck was it even about? There was some racism in there. There was some bigotry in there. Just wasn't very nice, I guess you could say. And I'm not going to link it or anything like that because I don't need to spread this bullshit. But going back to what Brian said, but in a different context, we need more context to what that DM story was. It was one screenshot that was sent. There were clearly other things that were sent before that and after that. And the thing that I hate the most about the internet is that people will take one snippet of something, call it fact, and just post it everywhere, and then it becomes a big thing. Right? When there's no other information out there to be like, oh, oops, looks like somebody was actually in the wrong here. You know, nobody goes out and looks for that extra information. Shane, please explain that one. So Shane states, all the orgs in Halo are so shady right now, especially Lux. I want to know what you meant by that one. Then Lord Relay states, how much top-level involvement does Zyos have with Mantra? It's a good question. Honestly, do not know. I do not know, and I'm not going to make assumptions either. But, yeah, I do not know. Zyos was on the most recent episode of HCS Weekly, in which case he may have answered that question. You can go ahead and check that out. I'm not entirely sure. Brian states, yeah, I hope institutions like CWL, OWL, HCS, etc. take responsibility in protecting players because the orgs aren't great. I think that would come with, we talked about it on the show previously, maybe that type of thing would come with a league-based like franchise.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that's what it would have to take in order to get there. Shane states, Lux members are also always arguing with other orgs and complaining about any success they have. And then Lord Relay states, Zyos can find investors, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know. It's been so long since Zyos has been around. I mean, he's been around, but like not in a figurehead type of manner. So to see him kind of come out of the woodwork, it's like, oh, goddamn. Who knows? It'd be weird. And then Shane states, they DM'd me about it because I've been calling them out lately. Oh, okay. They're just so negative and it bugs me. Yeah. Yep. There's one. That's all I'll say about that. Zylos states, Zyos is landing H1 this weekend. Love to see it. Hell yeah, dude. And he also said in that HCS Weekly episode that he would love to, if the next event, like at DreamHack or whatever, if the next event had an H1 tournament or was just H1, he would absolutely form a squad and go. He said it for sure. He said that he'd more than likely, he would love to do a 4v4. He would absolutely get a squad together, and then he would think about doing a 2v2. But if it was a 4v4, he said he'd bang on, get a fucking team together. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Silas, I saw your tweet you put out in regards to a couple Halo 1 lands going on as well, so thank you for doing that. Lord states, I just want straight ripping back in Halo.
Don't we all?
Oh, man. I love straight ripping, man. Love it, love it. Shane asks, did you guys ever hear if or why Zyos never attended Beachland? I did not.
Nope.
Silos, there was actually a third I missed and almost a fourth one today. See, that's what I'm talking about too. It's that, like, not to stay on the negative train, but it would be really cool if, and again, I'm not blaming Tashi or the HCS team for missing these because Silos, thank you for finding them. But it'd be really cool if and this also isn't meant to be a dig on Maddie with Noob Combo because he does a phenomenal job as well. It'd just be really nice to have a centralized location where like a Twitter account or whatever that the person putting on the event just sends their information to.
Yeah, and it's like
an aggregate for all of it, right? So like you'd always know. And Maddie is, I think noobcombo.com is going to be that type of location.
I remember when we first started this show, we got a lot of that. Hey, this tournament is going on.
Yeah, people would DM us.
We're just straight up. I haven't seen much of that ananymore.
No,
and it's unfortunate, but
I mean, I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job scouring. But no, I agree completely. Yes. I wish we got like more DMs or anything about that.
Maybe that's just a testament at how good you are at scouring the internet.
Thank you so much. Oh my God. No. Silas, I don't think Silas is that interested in H1. Like, he loves it and went to UGC AC, but flying out to Beachland for a week is a taller task. Understandable. And like, we don't know what he does in his free time. We don't know what type of work that he does outside of being a Halo 1 advocate and whatnot. So, and now being a part of Mantra, we don't know. So he obviously has a life outside of Halo, and he's probably doing things with that life. Dust replies with hoping to do that with Virgil. That would be awesome. And then Silos, I've thought about that before, but too many shady kids. Like, just a place to post any and all lands would be sweet, though. Absolutely. Lord, I think Elamite is gearing up for a CE competition. That'd be fucking awesome, too. And then Brian, yep, ideally that's Noob Combo. I think he's doing the best job at culminating it. Absolutely. Noob Combo is the best. When is he dropping Mercy already?
Merch. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be merch.
I think so, too. I would absolutely buy merch, too. Also, Shane, I know you're here. I'm just going to tell you as well. We plan on getting the shirt done today. In which case, like I told you in the DMs this week, we plan on shipping it out to you along with the backpack. So again, congratulations on winning the HPTCSB for short.
You just wanted to try to get
back. I did. No, I because I DM'd it, but we were DMing back and forth. I just wanted to give him a heads up that yes, it is still planning on going out. So don't think we forgot. We did not forget. We love you and appreciate you. All right, Brian, you have a great rest of your day.
Thanks for stopping by, Brian.
Make sure to wash your hands.
Yes, everyone.
There you go. All right. Shall we close it out then?
I think that's going to do it for me today.
Yeah. I think we should close it out. Let's go get some food.
Yeah. My hockey game got canceled.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, I got the email mid-show.
Oh, all right.
So,
well, there you go. Let's go get some food. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out in our Q&A at the end of the show. Greatly appreciated. Thanks again for all the new follows. Greatly appreciated as well. Hope you guys enjoyed. Come back next week. Sunday fun day. 12 p.m. Central. Join us for the show. It'll be a great time. And then also, if you're any at all interested, community playdates every Friday, 7 p.m. Central. Join us. We did MCC 2 days ago. We did MCC on Friday last week. It was great. Had a really fun time. Lots of laughs, lots of screaming. Lots of random music being played.
Oh my gosh.
It was unbelievable.
It was like some old school 2000s just randomness.
It was great. Also, I really apologize if I mispronounced your name, but Nago?
I can't read the screen from here.
I got it up. It's okay. Also, thank you for the follow, and thank you for tuning in. Greatly appreciated. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Sell Josh's Star Wars Blu-rays and use the money for Outback.
Perfect. Love it. I mean, you're getting the 4K ones, right? We'll sell the Blu-rays. The old, you have the whole set already, besides the new movies. Let's get rid of the old ones. Thoughts?
I ain't selling shit.
Okay.
I earned this! It's mine! Vicky says, I'm in on that, Silas. No. Justin's going to drop his pistol clips today. Awesome. I'm excited.
I saw the H1 pistol clips.
Yeah.
I saw one that he posted, I believe, in Discord.
Yeah.
And Silas was like, I hate it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then Nago, I apologize for mispronouncing your name. Please let me know how to pronounce your name so we don't fuck this up in the future. He asks, what's the main themes here usually? So we usually, the typical point of this podcast is Halo esports. That is what we specialize in. But due to other topics that take place within the scene, within the overall space, we also talk about some other games as well, like Call of Duty League, other things that are happening within the overall space. And then with coronavirus being as big as it is right now, being the main topic of everything around the world, today's episode was a lot of talking about that with a lot of event cancellations in the esports scene, E3, so on and so forth. But yes, the main point of the show is Halo esports. But not a lot's been happening in that space, so that's that.
Yes.
And Taco Bell, Vicky says.
We did have a Taco Bell episode.
We did have a Taco Bell episode. Go back in the archives and look for that one. That was a doozy. Oh my God. And then Nago says, I should be alert since I'm from one of the countries. I mean, aren't we all now? It's everywhere now, right?
Everywhere.
Yeah. I think it's everywhere. Can't find your Discord? Oh, it should be in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show. So if you type in show notes and go to the link and then scroll down to the bottom, it'll be there. It'll be there. Yeah, we love Taco Bell here, Nago. It's a thing.
I haven't been in some time.
Me either, man.
It's been, old. I mean, those days where we were on the same work schedule.
Oh, we went like after work every day.
Yeah,
it was insane.
That was nuts.
Nago states you guys are quite inclusive for a newcomer. Thanks. Oh, not a problem. Absolutely. That's the big thing I'm trying to hit home with this show is that this show is all about the community itself. So you guys listening, you guys watching, everybody that's throwing on community-based tournaments around the scene, that is what our focus is on. And that's what it always will be. We want to include you guys in as much as we can. That includes discussions for topics that we have in the show. And one of the reasons why we did this live show is for that reason. We wanted to give you guys our faces. Obviously, we wanted to talk to you guys, not necessarily like in person, but kind of
as close as possible.
Yeah, break those barriers down as much as we can. So, absolutely.
Silo says, sell your Star Wars Blu-rays and go to Taco Bell instead.
Taco Bell's cheap as fuck. I can just go right now and buy that. I'm not selling my goddamn Star Wars Blu-rays, Silos!
What are you going to do with them? Because you're going to have the 4K Blu-rays, and then you're going to have the regular Blu-rays, and you probably got some old ones out there, too.
The regular Blu-rays I'm going to get rid of because I don't need them anymore.
Okay.
Yep. And actually, the shitty part is that due to a manufacturing flaw, a couple of them skip as well.
Really?
Yep.
Well, then.
Yep. It's fucking annoying.
Well, then.
Yes, it is. Well, shucks, fair enough. Thanks, Silas. Nago, it's very in-person compared to what I can find on Twitch in my language. Oh, well, hey, we're here for you. We're here for you. So you're going to sell them or at least give them away? If somebody wants the Blu-rays that I have currently, I'll gladly give them away. Otherwise, they're going to be thrown away. But yeah. All right, I think we're actually going to take off.
Yes.
Now. Yeah. Let's go get some food.
We keep rambling.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
We've rambled for so long today.
I'm sorry. Lord, welcome to the Discord. Thanks for joining. But yeah, Nago as well. If you want to join the Discord, feel free.
A lot of community discussion going on over there too.
Yes, absolutely.
When we're not live.
Yep, it's in the show notes. Like I posted a couple times in chat. Scroll down to the bottom. You can find the link. Go ahead and join up. Guys, thanks again for joining in. It's been a great time. I'm sorry that we didn't have a lot of Halo specific things to talk about this week, but there were a lot of things happening around the world that I think would be nice to talk about on the show. So we did. Next week, we'll probably have an actual topic. And if you also have topic suggestions, please leave them in the topic suggestions thread in our Discord server, and your topic may even be chosen. So that's that. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us. Will, thanks as always for being here with me.
Yeah, of course.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, absolutely. Anytime you want to come on the show, Will. Yeah, I'll gladly have
awesome.
you. Perfect.
I haven't been here for all 118 episodes already.
No, of course not.
No.
All right, guys, we're gonna end the stream here. Thanks again for tuning in. But until next time, bye-bye.